Hello, this is the second video. This is now to show you how to create assignments and to add programs into your Pearson Realize account. So you should have already created your class roster, which again can be located on the Classes tab. Now I want you to click on your personal icon, and then you're going to go to Settings. So again, you can go even from the beginning, it doesn't matter. You're going to click on your personal icon, click on Settings. While I'm doing this, I recommend you do this on your own computer so it can walk you through it. You can pause my video so that you can keep up with me in the video. Now you'll come to this page. You're going to click My Programs and click all of the Envision Math programs as well as ReadyGen. It is similar to Reading Street, which is what Mastery is currently using. All these are the ones that I've selected, so I've selected all of the reading programs. Honestly, any programs that we have available to us, at least click on it so that you always have access to it just in case. So I already have all of mine saved, but you'll click them and then on the bottom you would click Save. Then when you go to Programs, this is what should show up as all the programs that you loaded. Now, this is where you can become creative. Currently, my students are working on fractions, so I know that this is organized by topics. So it's topic 1, 2, 3, all the way through the curriculum. If you are familiar with using the website itself, this should be fairly simple for you. So for topic 9, we are, as you can see, mine are customized. Customizing a lesson was a way for me to assign this 9-5 or 9-6 to a group of students, which I'll show you later how to do. For now, what I want to show you is what the online database looks like. So I'll click on 9-5 because I have not customized it. It'll show you the student edition. It also gives you a challenge problem. These are all things that can be completed online. If you notice things that show a mouse, that means it can be completed online. They have to click and type things into it. Eyes stand for a video, so those are 2 videos that the students can watch. Anything with a square and smiley face in it means that it's type-in problems that they can do. A PDF will show up for them as an actual page as if they were to print it out, so I usually will not assign PDFs. The quick check can be used as an exit slip or just it's a tricky 5 questions that does not allow you to recheck your answers. As you go through, you can also see sometimes Pearson has added in games that would align. So if you want to assign a certain game, instead of saying go find a fraction game on the computer, Pearson does have some for you. So these are all resources just for one given lesson on one given day. Now for my students that are, I have a whole class lesson, but I also allow for a higher group, so my students who score almost 100% on every test, what I'll do is in my classes, let's go to 4th grade boys, I have my students in groups. Okay, so these are all of my students. Notice it's kind of funny because they've created their own logos. I had created my class list like I had showed you, and now what I want you to see is our groups. Okay, so I have basically differentiated groups. So right away, my advanced full lesson is going to be the adaptation I make for the boys who usually score 100%. So what I do is I would give them the whole 9-5 and not just the independent practice, because they will watch the videos, do the solve and share, everything by themselves. So when you're creating this, you can do a new group. So I'll just make one just to show you. So I'm going to students and groups again. Notice I'm in classes, students, groups. Now I'll click show groups, and up here it says create a group. As you can see, I had used differentiated groups here. In summer school I also assigned one as low, regular, or high. You'll see why it's nice to have them labeled this way. It'll save you a lot of time. So I'll click create group. Let's say King, I don't know, high group or something, okay? This is something only I can see. They do not see this when they log in, so they won't know if they're in a high group or a low group. So I created the King high group. I'm going to manage students. So now if these are the high students, let me just pick a couple. Let's say we'll put Malik in there, and we'll put Hamdi in there. Okay? So now anytime that I type in King high group, it will automatically only assign that to Malik and Hamdi, the two students that were in that group. If for some reason your group changes, the nice thing is that you can go right back into that group, and then you can either unclick or you can add them back in to the group. So sometimes I have students who are doing really well in the advanced group, and sometimes I have students who are not, so I take them back out of the group. So now this is where I'm going to show you the assignments. So I showed you how to make a group with your classes. Now is where you're going to make an assignment. So back to 9-5, okay? I'm going down to 9-5. And I want you just, if anything, it helps you to just play around with Pearson. Then you can get comfortable with it. Notice down here, these are pretty important icons. It says assign and customize. If you were to click assign here, you would be assigning that entire package that we had looked at. So when the students would click on it and open it, they literally would have all of this assigned to them, meaning they would have access to all of that. Personally, I wouldn't do that because there's the teacher's edition here, there's a student text. Not sure what this active ebook is. There's PDFs on here. It's too many things that the students will be confused with and will not know how to submit them. So that is why I customize my assignments for the students. We'll go back to 9-5, then you're going to click customize. So you can remove all of these extra pieces, and remember, you're not deleting them forever, you're just deleting what your students are going to see. So I'll show you how you can see the original, but for now I'm just getting rid of PDFs. I'm getting rid of, this is just a title bar, I'll get rid of that, and other worksheets, because this is to be completed on the laptop. They can't type onto this worksheet. I'll keep the game on there as well as this other video. This homework and practice I use either as makeup work, or they can do it if they get done early. My students currently do all the independent practice and they do the homework practice. Again, this is not the homework and practice is not what I assign for homework, and I'll tell you why in a different video. So this is how I customized topic 9-5. Now up here, first of all, let me show you to go back and say, oh no, I completely did it wrong. You can always go back and click View Original, and it'll pop up with that original that you had originally edited. Now I'll go back to View Customized. Again, the customized is nice to assign for students, but the original is nice if you want to project a worksheet from this onto your board. So I'm going to click Assign. Now this is going to create an assignment. You can delete this title, so I could say 9-5, I could say Advanced Group Lesson. Whatever you type in this box, the students are going to see. So if you wanted to say Monday, if you wanted to say a date, you can do that. You can also do this in advance. So I've created lessons sometimes all the way a couple months out, and they will only pop up for the day that you say they need to pop up on. So let's say I want this to start today. Or let's do it for tomorrow. So I want this to start, I guess we'll do it today. Then you can pick a time that it shows up. Sometimes it's nice to have a time show up, because if they log into Pearson and that day and they start logging in and they see the afternoon's assignment, they'll start doing it. So by the time you get to math that day, they will already have done the lesson. As you can notice, so you can set the start and end times, or you don't have to. That's up to you. I recommend it, setting it towards when your actual math time is so that it only pops up when it's supposed to. Down here, I unclicked automatically assign remediation and enrichment because the enrichment they assign is a worksheet that is a PDF and they can't access that. So now it says enter a class or group or student name. So if I wanted this to be for the entire class, I could just type in 4th grade Kings as my group to assign it. Or if I just wanted it to be those high students, so 4th, I can't remember what I called them, Kings, yeah, there it was, Kings High Group. Then remember, that's only going to assign it to Malik and Hamdi, okay? So I can click assign, or if I wanted to type in a certain name, I could just type in one person. So, hey, Miss Lindemer, I didn't get that assignment. Can you assign it to me? You can just type in their name, and then you add them right in, okay? So then you click assign. Now that will show up as their assignment. So this is how to make an assignment for Pearson Realize. Again, I give the whole thing if I want them to, again, to assign this entire chunk. You click assign up here. But if you just want to assign, let's say this for independent practice, which might work good for rotations, I would do the same process for this, but only for this one assignment. So I could say 4th grade Kings, it'll go to everybody, okay? You can do it for one assignment, or if you wanted to do everything, like I said, you could do the whole thing. So that concludes this video. Please reach out to me if you have questions about how to make assignments.